I've gathered you here today to talk about something that's important to me. We're going to talk about the demonization of Sharpay Evans. Sharpay was not the villain, and I'm going to explain why. First off, in the first movie, Sharpay ate, breathed, and lived theater. That's all she ever gave a fuck about. And she practiced day in and day out to be the fucking best. And then some brunette bitch just shows up because she can sing a little karaoke and steals her fucking shine and her man. Not to mention, at High School Musical 2, she got all of Troy's ungrateful ass friends jobs at the country club because she's just a good person like that, right? And all they did was spit in her face the whole fucking summer and tried to exclude her from all the activities, right? Sharpay did more for Troy than any of his hating ass friends did. Troy got new shoes and Chad started hating. Yeah! Sharpay cared about that man's future, was getting him scouts to come to the game, all that shit. And they didn't fucking respect her. All Gabriella did was leave every fucking movie. And how do you leave? You quit the job at the country club and you come back at the end of the summer and sing the main song at Sharpay's country club. What? And the only thing Sharpay wanted Troy to do the whole movie in High School Musical 2 was to sing with her at the end of the summer. That's it. That's all she asked for. That ungrateful bastard spit in her face and refused to sing with her. She had scouts come watching you play basketball. You're not even that good. Y'all would have been motherfucking angry too if your whole life you worked hard and then some random bitch from nowhere, bumfuck nowhere, came and stole your fucking shine, bro. Gabriella was the real villain, and that little sweet innocent act, nobody was buying that shit, bitch. I'm on to you. Sharpay deserves the world, and she got villainized, and she was not the fucking villain. She had a good fucking heart. God damn it. She just didn't know how to show it. And then also, Troy was also rich. You know what I'm saying? He lived in a 2-story house too. So it wasn't just Sharpay. And lastly, when everybody was throwing rocks at people for being different, Sharpay's the only person that accepted Troy for wanting to sing and play basketball. Come on, y'all ain't fucking with me. This is the last thing for real. Those gremlins had the fucking audacity to drag her in the last song of summer as the ensemble. How disrespectful can you be? I rest my motherfucking case. What about Camp Rock? When I'm talking about High School Musical, don't you ever fix your lips to insert that second-rate movie into the conversation. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all lose the competition in your own fucking movie? That's how garbage they were. They couldn't even plot armor to win. They sucked. They only had one biracial that could dance, no choreography. The singing wasn't that great. And also, everybody in Camp Rock was way unattractive than High School Musical 2. The breakdown in I Don't Dance was better than the entire Camp Rock franchise. There's no conversation to be had.
Listen, as a former Christian and the pastor's daughter turned spiritual consultant and religious deconstruction advocate, I am not here to challenge the beliefs of anybody. I'm simply here to tell y'all why the shit never made sense to me. I could never understand how we spent so much time in church Sunday after Sunday, Wednesday after Wednesday, service after service, dissecting and condemning our egos while completely ignoring God's. Hear me out. God is supposed to be a perfect being. What would be the point in a perfect being creating imperfection? Because a perfect being is not going to create imperfection on accident. Otherwise, they are not perfect, meaning they had to create as a perfect being imperfection on purpose. And some of the scholars I've had this conversation with have said maybe God wanted to study imperfection. The fuck would God need to study imperfection for if he's perfect and all-knowing? If you were all-knowing, you would know what imperfection is without ever having to create it. You wouldn't even need to experience it, which leads us down the same pathway of how did he create a whole bunch of angels and not know that they were going to rebel against him in his own house? He did. And then he continued to create them anyways, waited until they rebelled, cast his enemy down into the same place he was going to put his new creation. Did he want us to have a fighting chance or not? And if that wasn't bad enough, then he commanded and demanded that creation be subservient to him. You're all powerful. What do you need me to do for you? I'm giving you all the praise, all the glory, all the honor, all the worship to make you feel good? Because you have an ego? Around here telling people don't be envious of one another, but I'm a jealous God. Sir, why would you even give consciousness the possibility of being able to conjure up somebody else to worship if you ain't want no opposition? You created your own opponents in your map. No. Part 2 of why the Christian God has an ego. And remember, your cognitive dissonance will deactivate your critical thinking when you're triggered, so I'm not offending you. You're just upset. And as always, I am not challenging your beliefs. I'm simply stating why the shit never made sense to me. Let's talk about free will. You have not been given free will. You have been given an ultimatum. Either you serve me or you spend eternity in suffering. Yes, you got a choice, but you better choose wisely. So if you have free will, then God can't be all-knowing. Because if he was all-knowing, that means he knew you before he made you, as the Bible said, which means you knew the choices that I was going to make before I made them, yet you chose to make me anyways, which means you chose to make me and the choices that I was going to make, because they're attached to me. They are not separate from me. And all those saying that he gave us free will so we would have a choice to choose and prove that we love him, why does he need proof that we love him when he is supposed to be love? Sounds more like he created us so we could love him, that way he could prove to himself through his creation that he was capable of loving himself. Are we a failed attempt at self-love? Which brings up the question, are we made in his image or is he made in ours? Because a perfect being creating imperfection will never calculate outright. But imperfect beings attempting to write a story about a perfect being would explain for all the inconsistencies in the belief system. And don't even get me started on how sadistic he is. Should we talk about the sacrifices next?
Black girl magic does exist. I will admit that my seafood gumbo is a looking glass to another world. That's why I don't just share the recipe with anybody, baby. When I grew up, they didn't have Barbies that looked like me, so I played with voodoo dolls. No one talked to us black kids. So I played with spirits on lonely playgrounds instead. You can say I am a witch because I am dark and fly, or because it takes a lot of magic to exist as a black woman. Isn't it wizardry that I am 18, graduating from high school with no criminal history? Apparently, it's rare for a black woman to be articulate, so you are supernatural. They will call you mad black woman when you speak your mind because you've got a lot to be angry about. You have probable cause to become a black hole and consume everything in sight, but most days, you build and do not break. They will try to break you down, girl. They'll ridicule your body. They've called me Medusa. Go ahead. Touch my hair without permission, but don't be surprised when my kitchen cuts you. You are not pretty for a dark girl. Don't listen to the noise. You have a smile that can hex an audience. Your charm is an art. That's why they never wanted to see you shine. They'll tell you you're impossible to love. They don't even want you to love yourself to them. You are a fetish, something to look at because you sparkle. Look at my black friend, token, trophy. They will put you on a shelf until it's not convenient. Tell you that that glow is grime. Don't listen. Beauty comes in your hue. You are the shine they mistook as spit. They will call you queen while trying to snatch the crown off your head. Cast a spell, girl. And the next time.
Absolutely no shade to the creator that made that video, but I can tell by the logic that you're using that clearly no one in your life loves you, and you're dumb and raggedy. And actually, let me tell you what, bitch.
Nah, because when Frank Ocean said, my guy pretty like a girl, that shit was so fucking real. That shit was so real. Like, I felt that because I love a pretty ass man. Like, look at you with your cute ass. Look at you. Like, no hetero, bitch. You're so beautiful. Like, you're so fucking beautiful. Look at you with your beautiful ass.
You barbecue baked bean backbone built ass bitch. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. You upside down, upside right, parabola built ass bitch. You parallelogram, parallel parking ass motherfucker.
Nah, because when I tell you if COVID never happened, I would be a completely different bitch. I am not lying. Like, I don't even remember who Shorty before COVID was. I don't even know who that is. That wasn't me.
Men, stop sending DMs after 10 p.m.
Those hours are for girls with nose rings.
And bisexuals only. Only.
A DM from a man is like an NFT. Worthless, and I don't want to see it.
Thicker than a snicker, but you better not call me nigger.
All right, go on.
I wanna freak with you.
We'll do it for the grass. In the grass.
I wanna freak.
Many men wanna try me, make me into their side piece, but I never let them. Just had a link the other day, but I dead him. So he wanna look, I got him feeling for the venom. He wanna climb beside, stay up all night. He fantasized about the ride I gave him last week. He tried to leave his wife and start a life with me. I must remind I'm in no streets. That's just a part of the process. He fell in love with my likeness. I swear that I'm trying to make progress, but there's no way that this pussy will cost less. He wanna freak with me, taking residency in no shades. I hope he don't start catching feelings, but when me keep on hooked and plants in the ceiling. Yeah. Okay.
Bruh, I don't know if it's just me, but growing up not conventionally attractive was so crazy because people will tell you about their relationships in middle and high school, and you just gotta be like, whoa, y'all was doing that shit? Like, I really wasn't even talking to nobody until I graduated, y'all.
Lord, the men you have built to protect and hunt for your people, they're making podcasts. Yeah, they're making, I know that's not a big deal for you, however, I think it's a bad business model to just let these men talk about the relationship to masculinity via microphone. So, you know, help us out, nigga, damn, like.
Did you go to the gym today?
No.
Nope. No, you didn't. You stuck them nasty ass fingers in another bag of
Bitch, who you
Doritos,
talking
you lazy
to?
ass motherfucker.
Bitch.
Boy, you motherfuckers, y'all can't make it past
Shut
me.
up,
I caught
bitch.
you again.
Shut up.
Bullshit ass people.
Hell isn't a joke. It's so bad. Demons are gonna torture you. You're gonna be burned. You're gonna be stabbed. You're gonna be raped. You're gonna be whipped. You can't even cry for help. No one can save you. Imagine how hot hell is. You can't even put your hand in a stove maximum hot for 5 to 10 seconds. Imagine that, but hotter and all over your body. I'm not joking. God died for us for a
Yo, I don't know. I see a woman over 5'8" and I just lose all bodily functions and just start violently compulsing. Like, I kind of need you. I don't know. I'm so in love with you. Fuck. Nah, bro, I hate when men ask me for things like, I wouldn't even give you the shit out of my ass. Get the fuck out of my face. You give a man your time, he wastes it. You give a man your heart, he breaks it. Like, I will not be giving y'all shit. Shit at all.
Everybody new word is heal, heal. You just need to heal. No, I want to take a heel and throw it at this motherfucker. Fuck a heel.
All right, so I saw this headline, but I didn't pay nearly enough attention to it. So let's talk about what TD Jakes said, because again, between him and Kim Burrell, it's becoming clearly evident why so many are uncomfortable with organized religion. If you don't know who TD Jakes is, he is a mega pastor in the black community, and he got up on the pulpit and went on this misogynistic rant where he said, "We are raising our women to be men." Roll the clip.
This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now. Because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families.
I mean, at this point, the jokes are in the writer's room. The jokes are in the writer's room, because by TD Jakes saying that we are raising our women to be men and describing them in the way that he did, he is basically saying that men are tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive people who climb the corporate ladder and lose their families by hurting, betraying, lying, and cheating on women. So you agree, men treat women terribly. Oh, and he went even further.
I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life.
This is that same oppressive patriarchal ideology that we see throughout a lot of churches that expects women to belittle themselves by conforming to it. And when you think about it, this is an article from the Washington Post. Black women are among the country's most religious groups, and a lot of congregations are highly populated by black women. And so if you juxtapose that against the fact that most of the church leaders are men, it becomes even more concerning. Because as the article further states, black women are much more likely than any other group to go to church in order to get through. And that makes sense. Black women are arguably more into their faith because of the oppression they have to face. They not only have to deal with misogyny, but they also have to deal with racism. So imagine going to church as a woman and the pastor is up on the pulpit telling you that you have to humble yourself in everything that you've achieved, your status, what you've accomplished, because it might be intimidating to a man. Like, what? As you can see in this chart here, of black individuals who actually do go to church, Gen Z, millennials, and some Gen Xers are much less likely to go to black churches. Wonder why? And I'm not saying that all organized religion is bad. There are some amazing churches out there. However, the displays that we've seen this week from leaders such as T.D. Jakes and Kim Burrell is definitely not helping the image of the black church. But of course, I want to hear y'all thoughts, so make sure you like, share, follow, and comment how you feel.
Y'all, I think I figured out why they care more about black fetuses than black slaves and black people. It's because they don't have melanin yet. I see you.
Come here. Yeah, come. Bitch, yeah. Come here. Yeah, come. Bitch, yeah. Somebody wake up. The world is gonna roll me. Somebody wake up. Somebody.
Who was the worst white ally in American history? When we think of white Americans that see themselves as allies to the black community, the examples of those who do more harm than good are endless. And this is because a lot of them are not willing to learn and put in the work to actually advance the cause of racial justice, but others just simply have ulterior motives. But whatever the reason, none are worse than this man, Jim Jones. Jones was a preacher who started his own racially integrated church in the 1950s. His church actually attracted black people more than black-led churches because of his unmatched level of social and political activism. He was actively involved in racial justice organizing, he ran social programs for incarcerated youth, and he and his wife were the first white family in Indiana to adopt a black baby. His congregation, called the People's Temple, was about 80% black, and most of this group were black women specifically. But in the 70s, he moved his congregation to Guyana in pursuit of a beautifully racially inclusive society, and this is where things start to get dark. Jones' congregation started looking more like a cult as people were forced to stay in the compound even as resources dwindled and the living experience declined severely. And after being found out, Jones coerced almost 1,000 of his followers, most of which were black, to drink poison Flavor Aid in one of the largest murder-suicide events in world history. The common phrase, "don't drink the Kool-Aid," is in reference to this event. Jones was easily the worst white ally of all time and is a warning of the dangers of charismatic, narcissistic leaders who prey on the hope of marginalized people to serve their own sinister interests. Share with anyone who might learn something new and follow for more.
Motherfucker, where is it? Where the fuck is it? I swear to God.
And we cannot escape, we cannot come out. Mama, we're trapping at this bomber to Ross.
Come here. Yeah, come. Bitch, yeah.
Little in the middle, but you got much back. Little in the middle, but you got...
Not Beyonce dropping this gay ass album, girl. If you coming out, just let us know. Cause on God, we gonna welcome you with open fucking arms. And to all you other bitches, just know I'm first in line. Like, don't even try it for real. Move.
Wow, the pressure is getting worse.
Here comes the boy.
Come here. Yeah, come. Bitch, yeah.
Yo, I forgot to tell y'all, when I was in New York, I was walking around looking discombobulated, right? Because I didn't know where I was at. So I saw a smoothie stand in the front and I placed my order. This lady came and said, "Oh my God, you can speak so well." And then she pulled out her phone and asked me to take a picture of my cochlear implant. Okay. And then she started asking me questions. I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm trying to enjoy my smoothie and my Uber is coming in 1 minute and 28 seconds," which leads me to this frequent asked question. One of my most frequent asked question is, how can my deaf child be verbal? Okay, I need you to dead that shit. Dead it. I feel bad for all the deaf children that had to hear that because they have to internalize that there is a possibility their parents don't love them because they're deaf. Never in my life I heard my mom say that to me. "I wish you could speak in here." Why would you say that to a child? Yeah, my mom gave me a cochlear implant and access to speech, but you're missing the key factor here, which is she respected that I was deaf first. For example, well, I'm gonna give you 2 examples. When I'm on FaceTime with my mom, I usually have my cochlear implant and speak. Sometimes my battery just dies. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm going deaf. She be like, "But you are deaf though. We could just switch to sign language." That's not the point. And a second example, when I was a kid, we always go to different places. Like this one, we went to the zoo. My mom would point out this animal, and I would sign this animal like lion or elephant, whatever. And then she would ask me, "Would you like to try to say it?" Or she would say it, then I would mimic and then match the sign to it. See, American Sign Language is still my primary language. She did not force me. Now, if you know that I'm from Illinois, cute speech was the exact opposite.
I'm annoyed today because I'm very sick of the people that try to say, "Oh, y'all were scared about COVID, but a little rash is what upsets you." Bro, sores in your mouth. You can't swallow food. Cold sores in your fucking eye, bro. It causes blindness. And what pisses me off mostly, the media first talked about this monkeypox outbreak as an STD. And now there are people walking around saying, "Well, I have no contact with gay men. So yes, I have a rash growing on my leg, but because I don't know any gay men, I don't have monkeypox." Bro, it's not an STD. Skin to skin contact is how you get it. Touching surfaces is how you get it. That's why wearing a mask is still vital. Because if somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey," without detecting that they have monkeypox, and y'all are close, I'm talking about bars, I'm talking about parties, I'm talking about festivals. That's an outbreak right there. But because the media initially tied this to a marginalized group, more people will
Nah.
Everybody, bitch, I'm perfect. Eat this up, better make that purchase. 0 on the shipment, wet like dishes. Cooking these hoes out, easy bake bitches.
Everybody freeze.
I'm just trying to make you a better person. That's cute. When I jump off a cliff, what you gonna do then? Motherfucker.
I like your ears.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I like your spots.
Really? I used to cover them up, but, you know.